Yo, Joe!
Hello everybody and welcome back to another figure review. I feel like I can't catch a break because just more packages keep coming in and there's just more classified, which I don't mind because I do collect classified. As you all know, it's my main line of action figures at the moment. But yeah, tons of releases, in a short span of like 2 weeks. So I'm trying to catch up with all the figures, and I just want to get to them and play with them and review them, take pictures of them. But yeah, the recent wave shipped out, and from that wave, this is my least wanted figure, or at least anticipated, or it's not my top of the list when it comes to characters or figures to get from this wave. But it still looks great, and I pre-ordered it with the others, just so I can have them all at once. But here we have a shot at the packaging, spinning around, nothing at the bottom. There's the top with the Joe star, 116 in the line, and then we get a nice number here on the side, but also a nice portrait there of Quick Kick. I forgot to say his name, but Quick Kick here has a nice portrait there, a nice bandana there with the Japanese flag, I would say, ninja stars on his strap and whatnot. And we'll take a closer look at all that because we do have an alternate head, sort of candy bar, which I think is a reference to the cartoon or some sort of commercial. His nunchuck, swords, alternate hands, a back piece, and ninja throwing stars. But that's the packaging. Let me open them up and let's take a closer look at those accessories. And we have Quick Kick here out of his packaging, and I think the portrait of him is gonna interrupt the focusing here on the figure itself. But in terms of accessories, we do get a fair amount of interchangeable hands. We get a pair of fists and sort of karate chopping hands, and they're sculpted very well for the most part. Some veins, fingernails, even the knuckles. So yeah, it's some nice sculpting. But yeah, we do get a pair of those, and the hands that he currently has are for gripping stuff, his swords and whatnot, nunchucks and all that stuff. We get a ninja throwing star effect going on with this one. I wish this was a bit more of a clear white rather than blue, just to show off that whoosh, and a more kind of realistic color with the white. But blue works too, and it's a fun accessory to have. I'm glad this is packaged in. We have his chocolate bar here, kind of a Hershey's, with little squares there, but you have the wrapper, and the silver is painted onto the candy, unfortunately, so you're gonna get some paint poisoning from that. But yeah, there's a nice wrapper, crinkled up and whatnot. Nice little accessory. We have his alternate head here, which is very expressive, kind of like, oh yeah, I'm in action. And yeah, that was some paint on the cheek there. But yeah, this is like his focused mode, his I'm gonna whoop your ass, I'm ready. Head sculpt, it's painted nicely, sculpted nicely. As you can see there, we have a Japanese flag for the bandana. Very nice sculpt. We have his back piece here. I believe this is new. We do get two sheaths for the swords on the back here. Very cool. It's just on this red, but different pouches and buckles and whatnot. So that's very nicely detailed. We get two nunchucks, which I think are reused from Nunchuck himself. I remember, the little lions at the end of the handles there. And then there's the chains. And then we get two additional swords. The way they were packaged, unfortunately, one of mine got, kind of warped like that. I don't know why they packaged it so so hard I had to use my knife to, cut around it and get them out. But we have that same line here at the bottom at the end there, and some nice brown handles and nice silver blades. But with that being said, nunchuck, I got to, move him around a bit um, before recording, and his articulation for the most part is amazing. Everything works smoothly. You get a nice tight torso. You can crunch forward about that much and back very far. You get that waist swivel and the pivoting at the waist. Very nice. He can look up fairly well. I love that. He can look down pretty well, and he can turn side to side and head pivoting and whatnot. Yeah, I was just noticing. Oops. I don't know like what's going on with that hole there, that weird square hole in there. But it does seem they shaved a lot of this out so that you can get that good range looking down. So if that's intentional, then good job on the Hasbro team that they're able to do that. Improvements on the articulation. I mean, even for having hair on the back, he can look fairly decent up, so I'm very pleased with that as well. Arms go out about that much. His butterfly joints are very tight on mine, but you can get them to go in about that much. Yeah, about that much. And then going back, again, mine are very tight. Yours might be different, but going back doesn't really go too far back. It's a bit unfortunate, but you do get your bicep swivel, your double jointed arms. These hands hinge vertically up and down. His other hands are horizontal, so they go side to side, even with the chopping hands. I already covered the torso. He can kick up about that much and to the side, so it's some good range. Have a drop down hip so he can, move a little bit more. Back a little bit. Upper thigh cut. Double jointed at knees, very good. He can't kick his ass, but that's good range. And even though he doesn't have a boot, you do have sort of a calf swivel in there, so you can rotate his feet and they go back, forward, and you do have ankle pivot. And for those of you foot fetishers, yes, he does have sculpted feet and toenails and veins and all that stuff, looking very nice. We have some nice patterning here on his pants. This is all new sculpt, I believe. We haven't seen any of this as of recently. Baggy clothes, storage for your nunchucks. You have this sort of over-the-shoulder piece here with some ninja stars on it, looking very cool. You have his more stoic look compared to his "I'ma kick your ass" look. You have some armbands here in gray, nothing too crazy. You do have sculpted nipples for those of you who care about that. A lot of muscle definition with this guy, looking very cool. But yeah, this head sculpt is also painted nicely, looks great. All the way around, looks amazing. But yeah, I think that mostly does it for a quick kick. We will cover his storage here. I wish this had a sort of a circle in there so that you can just put it through. But let's see. Back piece goes in there, and yeah, that looks fairly okay. This seems to want to lean to the side, as you can see there. But you do have storage for your swords. They should go in just like that. You have two swords. You have your nunchucks, which are a bit tricky to do, so I'm not gonna do that on video, but you can, store them back there. You can make him hold his chocolate bar. Oh, if I can get it. There we go. He can now eat his little chocolate bar. Um, but yeah, that does it for a quick kick here. Oops, and he just tumbled over and completely fell. But I might pose him with the swords because I do like how these swords look. Let's put that new head on there as well. Oh yeah, it just gives him an aggressive look with that head sculpt. Yeah, it looks like he's ready to just mess someone up. But yeah, that does it for my review for Quick Kick. It's a little chaotic and whatnot, but you know, that's how some reviews go. Can't do much about it, but he's a fun figure. He's fun to look at. You know, the posing is gonna be great. He's gonna be, he has tons of articulation, so you can get some crazy, you know, kicking action, looking very cool. You know, he's gonna be great for the display, fighting Storm Shadow and whatnot. You can get tons of crazy articulation with this guy. This is like a kicking pose. But yeah, this guy's the same for posing. I really love it. He's smooth with all of his you know, joints. So I love that. It's easy to handle. You know, getting those poses is gonna be easy. But yeah, that is Quick Kick. I like the figure. I like what I'm seeing with the interchangeable hands. I hope we keep getting more and more of that with more and more releases that we get. But that is Quick Kick for all of you. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in another video.